It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Bar, bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog meat. Slap Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough, I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough, I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough, I'm still trying. I just left the light in this bitch. I'm finna hit the shop in this.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with her, man.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I'm trying to told you just with her, man.
Nah,
your mind is fucked. God damn it, shit.
Well, gotta get a piece of my a little like magic. Said it feels like magic.
Joe Beach. He looked down, seen her feet. The nigga went berserk. Killed the monkey. Threw the bat out the window. Start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. Group of you together.
I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
Plus, I'm in love with a bitch I can't stand.
I mean, TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creator.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply.
Hey, dance with me. Hey, dance with me. Hey, dance with me. Oh yeah.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama and you.
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
I'm in the Want it. Don't know me, want it. Nigga. Be wrong. Be wrong. Be wrong. I don't mean to be out of line.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it? Your shit.
Get your hands off of me, shit!
I think we OD. I think we OD.
The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give the Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass.
It's the difference when you're my baby. That's how it is when you. Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the juice. It pulls up in the. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the juice. It pulls up. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I hit the juice. It pulls up in the.
I guess you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Lean and walk, lean, walk, lean, walk.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, that must be my cue to come in. Man, and let me tell you, when I come in, let me see here. Okay, you know, I've been off for 2 days, but these celebrity deaths do not stop. Now, you know, I put it up in my community post about Toby Keith, which I did not know we were the same age. We share. I mean, I was the first Toby Fires before Roots. I mean, wasn't my real name, but that's what I was called, and really until I was 22, 23. So, and my middle name is Keith. So it's very interesting. But you know, that's old news. Let's talk about the ones that died that they're counting, and let's get this one. We gonna count this. Now, Toby Keith is number 23 of celebrity deaths. We have number 24. And this brother's name is Henry Famble. Now, how did he survive so long? He did not do cocaine. Right on, brother, that you were smart enough not to do cocaine. He was 85 and he worked for the Spinners. Original member of the Spinners, Mr. Rubber Band Man. Say, it's a shame. Yeah, Felipe Wynn, I think he's the one that put the group together. And he's the one that says, it's a shame the way you step around on you, man. That shit is so smooth. Listen to that shit. Felipe Wynn, he's like, it's a shame the way you step around on you, man. That shit is, he's up there with the clear voices. Nobody had a clear voice than David Ruffin. He might have been a god, but Felipe Wynn isn't far behind. Could it be I'm falling in love? And that was with the other cat leading. And the Rubber Band Man was Felipe Wynn. He died 85. He died peacefully of natural causes in Northern Virginia. The group was inducted into the Rockaway Hall of Fame along with Fairview, Billy Henderson, Purvis Jackson, Bobby Smith, and Felipe Wynn and John Edwards listed as his inductee. Last May, he took a tour of the Motown studio as part of the ceremony that included a donation to the Motown Museum of 375 outfits. Why would they need that many? It's a long time ago in the 60s. He walked into the studio. I used to dream about this place. He told reporters he had to convince his wife that the studio is where he's going at 3 a.m. rehearsals and recording sessions. And other members of the group, the first hit for Motown, It Was a Shame, which peaked at number 14 in the 1970s. Wow. They would later sign Atlantic Records, a string that included Then Came You with Diana Warwick and reached the number 1. I never knew love before, and then came you. The song received 6 Grammy nominations, didn't win though. Originally called the Domingos, the group was formed in 54 just north of Detroit in Ferndale. I've been to Ferndale. And they joined Motown 10 years later, include his wife for 52 years. So this is how you want to come out. This is how you come out. So did I put him number 24? Yes, I did. But thank you for coming. I guess I'm all out of sync from not doing it again. You are wondering what kind of ambrosia I am partaking tonight, and you know the ambrosia is definitely Elliott Nest. Great Lakes, so pop them if you got them. And I'm dare saying I have nothing to smoke. I'm gummied up. I could always go grab another gummy, but I think the one I just took ain't even kicked in yet. It's about to kick in. So, cheers. Definitely smoke them if you want them. Cheers to everybody. So I'm sorry I jumped ahead. All right, now I think there's another one we can get. You guys, I forgot. I don't know. I saw this one. I don't know if we're going to count this one, but we'll see. Yes, this guy we definitely will count. We got to make sure when did he... Okay. This is a guy that many of you from watching this would probably know. So this is Greg Finley. He was a voiceover actor. He died at 76. So this makes number 25 of the celebrity deaths leading up to the Super Bowl, which some could say is a Super Bowl sacrifice. So he did Robotech, Men in Black 2, voiceover actor. He was 76. Voice over actor. And I'm going to put the full list together. I'll go over the list when we go Sunday night. Really, it's not going to end till Sunday night. So this cat, prolific voiceover actor whose many credits included animated fare like Robotech, live action projects including the X-Men Files, Men at Work, died peacefully February 1st of heart-related causes while on vacation at a family home in Arizona. A death was announced by his son, a voiceover actor with scores of credit going back to the 80s. He occasionally credited under the name Guy Garrett. At that time, had already began his own show business career, all-skin actor with small roles in episodes of The Night Stalker, Koshak. Koshak. How many of you motherfuckers remember Koshak? Koshak, the Night Stalker, was a motherfucker. That shit was so good. What year was Koshak? 75, and in 81, The Flow and Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo. Let me see. Chips, the producer of Chips, invited him to provide ADR in that series, ADR, automatic dialogue replacements. Okay. He soon contributed to high-profile projects such as Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, and helped launch the Robotech anime franchise as a writer, director, and a voice actor. His most memorable, he provided the sounds of X-Men villain known as the Cigarette Smoking Man. And 82 was among the voice actors in Men in Black 3. Did receive felon surgery, including Hannah Montana, The Movie Night, and blah, blah, blah. Retired in 2018, occasionally working on projects. So, another one, y'all. Another one, y'all. So, he makes number 25. Zabika, thank you. Zagbika, thank you for joining. Johnny, thank you for joining. PJ Allen, my main man, what's happening? B Brown, thank you for joining. Hey, I got your email. You on point, baby. You on point. 85 and fulfilled, indeed. I have a 40 milligram THC drink. Oh, yes, that sounds really nice. I take the 50 milligram THCs, and I took that motherfucker about 11, so it's sliding in. It's sliding in. Oh man, the Pelicans look good tonight. The Pelicans handled. They took what's his name for the Clippers? They took him, and he wasn't hurting them at all. The claw didn't hurt him at all. It was too much Clippers. Did y'all see in the first half where big what was his name, the center? Because his mother what's the two twin sisters from Flint, McGee, he did that he did a behind the back pass. It's like he got it, and then he gave it behind his back to Zion. They played good tonight, and they D'd them mugs up. They D'd them up, so it was a pretty good game. I checked it out. 400 milligram drink, indeed. That's what I like. My best friend doesn't smoke, so now that's what I do. I take the spiked drinks over there. Shot will have you leaning. Oh, definitely will. That's why you caught me. I come out here, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, man, I am floated on there. I take about 2 or 3 a day, and 50 milligrams. And I love to drive. When you drive on that shit, I love driving when I'm high. That's the best time to drive. That's why now up here they want to come down on people. We got to figure out a way to criminalize them still. So if they drive, we can criminalize them. That's what they want. They want to find another way to criminalize you for smoking weed. Because you can't drive and smoke weed. That's the main thing niggas want to do is smoke a blunt and drive around, So good luck with that. But that's what they're going to want to do. That's the way they still want to criminalize brothers. I mean, that's what it is. They only want to criminalize because they know the amount of brothers it's going to impact. So since they couldn't find a way to arrest them for the weed anymore because they letting motherfuckers out with weed cases. So they've got to find another way to criminalize you. Because if they can't just bust you with petty weed anymore, well, they've got to turn it around. Where's the revenue coming from? We know that traffic tickets are nothing about the public safety. The only public safety ticket they maybe could say is a parking ticket. And in the city, they pretty much stopping people. Now, in the suburbs, you see it every once in a while. And, but even for them, I think they feel really uncomfortable because of the disruptions that we've had in this area. Is this the one that's going to flip on me? Is this going to change my life? Like the young man, the dude drove off. You never know. And I'll say this, you can't do this. You can't be a cop and be scared. As I said, the dude to work with me that was scared, he'd pull his gun out every time. Yeah, you can't do it and be scared. I mean, you can't really be aggressive, but you've got to have that mentality that I got 3-4 guns and I got a machine gun in the car. Well, back then it was a shotgun, but now you can have a machine gun. your odds are very good that you'll survive. And you got a vest, which whatever you pay for, it can pretty much stop. So it's not a job to be scared. But most people, and 25 is when it's kicking in. There's one city here that doesn't have alcohol. They don't sell alcohol in their city proper. And a lot of these suburbs kind of, you drive 2 miles and you're in another suburb. But I guess Anoka doesn't sell any alcohol. So it looks like they're going to get the first license to sell everything. Oh, and then I tell y'all that there's a funky Harold's chicken. Now, come on. I've been eating Harold's chicken since I was a little boy. It's okay. It's okay. It was never where, like my mom, when she lived in Michigan, my aunt would want her to bring some back. Even when it got cold, they still, bring us back some of that Harold's chicken. But it's not that great. And I've said before, niggas up here is waiting in line 2-3 hours for this shit of regular ass chicken. So it's like, okay. I guess that's how Raising Cane's used to be too at first. But damn if I'm going to sit more than 10 or 15 minutes when I can go to Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A. So wanted to say that's what they tripping on up here. I don't know. Oh, there was another one right here. Here he goes. This cat looks, they got to animate it look like this dude. They got to animate Mojo Dixon. I don't know who he is, but Mojo is getting on the list as number 26. Mojo Dixon is number 26. Mojo Nixon, excuse me. What the fuck did you do, Mojo? What did he do? Cult hero. Okay. Outlaw cult hero. Okay. Cult hero. All right. Why did they sacrifice Mojo leading up to the unapologetically brash musician, actor, radio died of a cardiac event? Wow. 2 people just had heart attacks on Wednesday. His family confirmed he was 66. He's all aboard the Outlaw Country Cruise, an annual music cruise where he's co-host and a regular performer. Okay. He was 4 years older than me? Yeah, 4 years older than me. You live and how you should die. He was a full, wide out, hard, open, rock hard, root hog, corner on 2 wheels on fire. His family shared a streaming to Rolling Stone, pastoring after a blazing show, a raging night, closing the bar, taking no prisoners, a cardiac event on the ship. Wow. On the Outlaw Cruise is about right, and that's just how he did it. Has left the building, his family. Since Elvis is everywhere. Nixon enjoyed a supremely weird yet singular career after him and his former partner Skip Roper scored bizarro breakthrough with their in 87 with a novelty hit Elvis is Everywhere, a deranged bit of cowpunk, rockabilly, pastico that honored, lightly screwed the king of rock and roll and diehard fan. Elvis is Everywhere's charming, low-budget video became an unexpected MTV hit. They recorded 6 albums together during the 80s. I'd never heard of that shit. Embarked on a career of his own, releasing a bunch of solos, collaborative, and becoming a regular presence on Sirius Outlaw Channel. We are absolutely devastated. Okay, so... started making music, self-titled, the Paris Garnet's cult following, frankly, bum down the malls, Jesus Eggman, the stuffing muffin. I've never heard of this shit. I've never heard of this motherfucker, so. Never heard of him, y'all. Never heard of him, so. Okay, this is probably what he looks like now. Now, do I have her? Did I have her? Gilly, when did she die, though? Now, what is this? Gilly Giannotti, author, actress, sex worker, and transgender advocate, died at 52. Let's see if this person is on our list. Instagram, migrated, sex worker. Through sex work, she exposed drug abuse, eventually became an incarcerated rockers. All this led to... people expect creating a just world. No stranger to the art. She started Miss Orlando, blah, blah, blah. Trans equity. Was a living legend. Ain't she younger than me? Yeah, this chick younger than me. Okay. I don't know if we add this person. I don't know if this person was famous enough. I say no. I say this person is a nobody. Yeah, this person is a nobody, but you know what? Let's add him anyway. Let's add her anyway. Number 27 is Sicily. They want her added, so they're like, we got to kill a trans. Oh my goodness. Is that how it works? We got to kill a trans, 52, a trans sex worker. Okay. I guess that's what it is. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't show you the person. I'm sorry. Here we go. Cicely was a sex worker. Look at the lips. And this is a man. So, but this is like, I guess the top of her game right here. And like right here is the top of her game. I guess that's the same person with them. Words Can Express had on the humor with. So I don't know. I don't know if this is. I'm gonna add it just because they wanted to add it, and then it'd be like, you need to add them to your sacrifice list. Why? It's my sacrifice list. So, is that it? Maybe not. Let me see. Oh, yeah. He's definitely, this dude is connected too. Here's another one, which would give us a total of 28. Wow. 28 Super Bowl sacrifice deaths. His name is Martin Kirkup. 72. He was a manager. So direct manager, co-founder. He was 75. I put 72. He was 75. Star manager. All right. The well-respected direct management group died February 4th while vacationing. Wow, this is 3 people that have died while on vacation, or the one dude was on a vacation cruise. Wow, that's the way they're taking him out. He currently manages Carrie Petty, Katie Lang, Ara. But over the years, he's also worked with the B-52s, Crowning Crows, Tracy Chapman, the Go-Go's, Adam Lambert, and many others. Raki restaurant. Okay, Martin Kirkberg. I conceived direct management while drinking a raki at a restaurant above in Istanbul, escaping Los Angeles Olympics. What? Oh, okay. We were both fans of alternative pop music and focused on establishing a boutique management company to support the exciting gender. The Tymuth, UK-born Kirkpatrick came to the U.S. in 1973 as a visiting professor of English literature at the University of Rhode Island. Shortly thereafter, he moved to New York and joined AM Records. Wow, who gets to do that? You come in here as a visiting professor, and all of a sudden somebody puts you in AME Records. Who gets that? And eventually ascending to the VIP artist development, working with Peter Frampton. Now. Peter Frampton is so underrated. I'm going to tell you, younger people, if you didn't see Frampton live, and he wasn't even a copy of Hendrix. He had his own style. Get the Frampton, and I know Read My Soul loves a vinyl. Get Frampton live. I think it's 88. No, that might be 78 or 79, but it's Frampton. It's a double album, Frampton live. Fire. So this cat, working Peter. Let's see who else this motherfucker worked with. Johansson opened up. Let's see. 90s continued during the work with the Counting Crows, which band sold more than 25 million. Others included David Byrne, Joe Jackson, Seal and the New Radicals, Bradford. So a bunch of people, and that's why they sacrificed him. They gave him a good run. Oh, yes, definitely. But it's just funny. We got 3 people basically on a vacation type of thing, and they die on vacation. And, you know, the ones that get to run is the ones that be in the 90s. Hey, Dr. Sinister, thank you for joining me. The ones that get to live in the 90s, that's the ones that, you know, you didn't do too much bullshit. Okay, I already did him. Let me see. Is that it for the day? Let's see. I think that might be it. I think I'm all caught up. I didn't know. Okay. Did I do him? Mickey Gilbert. I don't think I did this cat. Again, this is Mickey Gilbert. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the way to go out. Yeah, I don't think I did Mickey Gilbert. Let's see. No, definitely didn't. No, Mickey Gilbert. Nope, didn't do him. Mickey Gilbert is number 29. He was a stunt double. 87 stunt double. Oh, so this is the way to go out. And what was Mickey Gilbert known for? Mickey Gilbert, the fearless stunt performer who jumped off a cliff for Robert Redford's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Doubled for Gene Wilder, including films Blazing Saddles, Silver Streak, and the Frisco Kid. He died. Natural causes, that's the way you want them to sacrifice you. Just pick the date and, you know, be 90. He was a horse wrangler in Ben-Hur and a bank robber in Sam Pechekpa's The Wild Bunch. Years later, he took the lumps for Lee Majors, Colt Seavers, in the 1981 The Fall Guy. Not the $6 million man. Though they weren't friends, Gilbert and Redford were in the same class as Van Nuys High School in 54. They got together at Roy's Hills, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid in 69 when Redford and Paul outlaws leap from a cliff. Some of that is special effects too when they jump off that cliff. A member of Stuntman's Hall of Fame. Also is double for Tell Them Willie Boy is Here. The Sting, The Great Waldo Pepper, which was a flop. The Electric Horseman. Average Brubaker was okay. The McGrail's War and the Horse Whisperers and the Chutching Reunion, The Old Man and the Gun. Dishing Do, stepping in for Wilder, the Waco Kid, Mel Brooks, Blazing Saddles. He jumped from a moving train to a signal post and played to the actor Arthur Hiller's Silver Streak. Accompanied a horse off a cliff into the river below and the Frisco Kid. He also doubled for The Greatest Lover and Stir Crazy. Gilbert rode horse while delivering newspapers in his paper route. When he was 13, he had just won about every junior rodeo competition. He turned pro 3 years later, and while attending Pierce College in Woodland Hills, he collected national championship in calf roping, bareback riding, and bulldogging. He fucking that calf up. 6 feet tall and 165, he lassoed whiskey bottle from a gunslinger's hand from a dozen feet away as a double for Rich Whitmark and Edwards Warlock. He also landed a regular job standing in for Grant Sullivan on a 1-year TV syndicated series, Pony Express. Okay, that's enough about this mug we never heard of, and you only saw him fleetingly. You saw his body. This might be pretty cool. Let's look at this shit. This is changing subjects a little bit. HBCUs, black colleges, what I went to. HBCUs have a long history. That's cool. This is Tunnell, I think. He has kind of a funny name, but Tunnell. All right. From 1950, when Robert Stonewall Jackson was drafted out of North Carolina A&T. Damn, did y'all hear that? When Robert Stonewall Jackson was drafted out of North Carolina A&T by the Giants, to the consistent NFL greatness produced at Grambling and allegedly Eddie Robertson have changed the way. So the first brother drafted in NFL was from A&T. You dig that? See, A&T's been putting niggas in the NFL. There's been a narrative that has festered due to recent occurrence, talent choosing Power 5 over HBCUs. This month, we're going to look at how many niggas came into the league. None of the listing. So, became American football. So, the first brother lifted was a bad man from North Carolina A&T. He was the first brother drafted. That's how good A&T Aggie football's been since 1950. They looked at this running back, fullback, linebacker, and brought him in. And then we have Morgan State, George Rooks, Green Bay, 11th round. O.B. Posey, Southern, went to the Rams. Alvin Haley, Kansas State, went to the Rams. Kentucky State, excuse me. Jack Spinix, Alcorn, went to Pittsburgh. Bill Robertson, Lincoln University, and that's a small college. One of my homeboys went there, and that's what they did compared to what I did. And you can't compare it. He played in high schools like stadiums. Anyway, Hal Turner, Tennessee State, defensive end. They went to the Lions. They used to have 28th round, 30 rounds. Let's see. Okay, Roy Don Dillon, Prairie View, running back for the Lions. Jimmy Moore, Florida A&M, Chicago Bears. Willie Irvin, I've heard of Willie Irvin. Eagles. Jack Moose McLaren, Bethune-Cookman, Steelers. Roosevelt Brown, Morgan State, offensive tackle, went to the Giants, Hall of Famer. Jim Caldwell, Tennessee State, went to the Bears. Maurice Bissett, Langston, went to the Browns. Sam Marshall, Green Bay Packers. Mitchell, Bishop College, wow. Rams, Willie Buford, Morgan State, Packers. Herman Lee, Chicago Bears. Henry Mosley, Morris Brown, went to the Bears. Elijah Childress, Prairie View, went to the Lions, 6th round pick. Wow. Jack Cook, Lincoln, went to Pittsburgh. Jim Smith, another J.D. Smith, another Aggie. You know, we've been putting niggas in. For the last 70 years, we've been putting niggas in the NFL. J.D. Smith, North Carolina A&T fullback, 15th round. Charlie Brackus, Prairie View A&M quarterback, Green Bay Packers. First quarterback drafted out of HBCU. Bob Carter, Grambling to the Packers. Ed Smith, Texas Southern. Steelers. Jim Davis, Rams. Defensive end. Jim Greer, Elizabeth City. 23, went to Cleveland. Charlie Wright, Prairie View, Chicago Bears. Harold Jackson, Southern, New York Giants. I wonder if this is the receiver, Harold Jackson. No, he couldn't be quite that old. Willie Gallimore, running backs. I met Willie Gallimore's daughter. Yeah, FAMU. When FAMU recruited me, she was the one that walked me around, was Willie Gallimore's daughter. Sherman Plunkett, University of Maryland, Eastern Shores in Baltimore. Went to Cleveland. Willie Davis, Grambling, Packers. He went to the Browns, but he's a Packer Hall of Famer. Super Bowl winner. Matt Boone, North Carolina Central. Earl Payton, Prairie View, went to the Bears. Darrell Glover, University of Maryland, Eastern Shores, which I don't think, do they? Is it Maryland, Eastern Shores still there? Morgan State, maybe now? I don't think this college doesn't exist, I don't think. Robert Hill, Jackson State, Baltimore Colts. Al Frazier, Florida A&M, Chicago Bear. Al Richardson, Grambling State. Went to the Eagles, 57. Greg Harris, Grambling, went to the Bears. John Baker, North Carolina Central, went to the Rams. Floyd Ighart. Wiley College, I guess. Went to the Rams. Johnny Sample won a Super Bowl with the Jets, but he originally went to the Colts, won a championship with the Colts. He has a really good book, Confessions of a Dirty Ball Player, really good book. Vernon Vaughn, University of Maryland, Eastern Shores, went to the Giants. Herb Drummond, Morgan State, or Central State, excuse me. Stan Hines, Mississippi Valley, went to the Eagles. Ronnie Mussett went to Grambling. Alonzo Veron, Florida A&M, went to the Rams. Bob Waters, Lincoln University, went to the Giants. In 59, we have, this is just 650. Willie Taylor, Florida A&M, went to the Packers. Bill Connor, Jackson State, went to the Rams. George McGee, Southern Lions. James Caleb, Browns. Willie Neal, Bears, Rufus Granderson went to the Lions from Prairie View. We have Shaw, I think it's Shaw State now. Shaw, though. Al McClain, Cleveland. Bruno McQueen, North Carolina A&T. You like that, don't y'all? See, the Aggies is everywhere. Dick Williams, Southern, went to the Eagles. Leroy Hardy, Florida A&M. Jim Bradley, Lions. Dolphus Williams, Morgan State. Ernie Moore, Alabama State. And Cliff Jackson. So, wanted to throw that in there. Dr. Sinister, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So that caught my eye. It was worth sharing. I thought the brothers that, went through the struggle to make it what it is today, because it took players. And, the AFL was a lot bigger, on taking brothers, the NFL, and it's like, we don't know how many of those people, actually made the team. We don't know. But that's the beautiful thing about being drafted. It's something they can never take away from you. One of my teammates got drafted in the what do they call it? So they have they used to have 2 drafts. So you had the regular draft and you had the wasn't surplus, but it was like a right before camp draft. So they would draft people. Yeah, it was supplemental. It was called supplemental draft. And one of my best friends, like all he did his freshman year was kickoffs. That's all he did. He was on the kickoffs, and that took away his whole year eligibility. He didn't play. He was on all the kickoffs. And they ruled he couldn't play. And all he did was kickoffs his freshman year. He didn't play one play, but he played on kickoffs, and it killed his whole year eligibility. So he went into the supplemental draft, and he got drafted by the Lions. He didn't make it. He got cut by the Lions, and then he ended up with Dallas. He got cut by Dallas, and he played with Doug Williams at Oklahoma, and then they end up playing, I think, they played the Panthers. Yeah, they played the Panthers, and one of my homeboys. They met my roommate and my good friend. They both had got to play USFL football. So, I wanted to look at this. Let's look at this. I know what I wanted to look at. Okay, who we got here? Oh yeah, that's it. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. All right. Let's see if we got this here. Let's see. Let's see if it's here. This is not giving me what I want. This is not giving me what I want. I think we'll take that out. Okay. Oh, excuse me. What? Come on, you guys are stupid. Where? Oh, maybe this will give it to me. Doesn't seem like it'd be too hard. Super Bowl odds. San Francisco still a slim favorite to win. Let's see what the spread is. All right, sports, which only 4 days away. Y'all can read this too. Okay. The sporting world are gearing up for Super Bowl 58, which is 4 days away. Kansas City Chiefs in their fourth big game the past 5 years is facing the San Francisco, who rally from a 70-point halftime deficit to advance past the Lions. The look ahead at odds, San Francisco is favored by 2.5 points, and the official opening lines are the same number, flat 47 to 47.5. Okay. So we got FanDuel giving up 2.5. I tell you, that's hard to turn down. The Chiefs and 2.5 is hard to turn down. That's probably where the money is right there, I'm guessing. But look at this. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1.5. 1.5. So you want to get... I would rather give up this. I really would feel more comfortable giving up that than giving up this. So, latest spread. That's some bullshit. So the over and under is 44.5. While most books have it evenly priced at 110 on each side. So you got to pay 100 to get 110. No, you got to pay 110 to win 100. So yeah, that's not big money right there. So there's no real big money in betting head on. Underdogs ranging as short as 115. Okay. So, right now it's pretty, going back and forth. And they want people guessing. They really want people guessing. So right now, San Francisco's favorite. And I'll say this, watching offenses. Now they were saying that they thought that it would be easy to run on San Francisco because they said Detroit really ran well. No, they didn't. Remember, Detroit big plays, they stopped them. Remember that? On Detroit big plays, they stopped them. On the running plays, when Detroit needed first downs, they stopped them. Remember that? San Francisco stopped Detroit when they needed first downs and they ran the ball. So, and looking at, again, going to the former Super Bowl, 3 plays and San Francisco wins. They run a lot of the same offense. And the Chiefs are still vulnerable to the same type of plays they was vulnerable before. Jimmy Garoppolo hits, what's his name? He's 19 now. He's wearing 17 then. He hits that pass, they win. And he threw it away on purpose. I mean, he threw it too far. So, yeah, I would be more comfortable with the 1.5 if I took them. I don't think I feel comfortable giving up 2.5. So, I still say San Francisco. I don't see it as a sucker bet at this point. Looks like so that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going for San Francisco. I'm actually going for Purdy to be MVP. Last I knew it was you could win about 22 grand off 100. So it's plus 250, something like that. Plus 250. So that's where the money is. Or, and I don't think they're going to let I just don't think they're going to let Kelsey be the MVP. Taylor Swift winning has to have some kind of impact on this game. Now, is her winning, again, is that showing us that the Chiefs are going to win? It could be. That's the way of looking at it too. So that's a real good way of looking at it. So we just don't know. I find it so funny when people get themselves all fucked up over the stupidest shit. Like I did a story a couple weeks ago about some people that went around like where the side of the little hill could collapse on them. And it's like, what the, it's Europeans. It's always European people that just get themselves like avalanches. Like, why would you go anywhere near an avalanche? But some people do. And, they're like, well, he got killed in the avalanche. I did a story a couple weeks ago about a dude. They said he ate some magic mushrooms and then he drove his bicycle over a cliff. Now, I don't want anything that'll make me drive a bicycle over a cliff. Now, we know we just did a story where they said the girl got high and that's why she stabbed her man like 2,000 times. She said the weed or whatever they took got her so high that she had to stab a motherfucker 2,000 times. I've never been around a person that is freaked out over weed. I've never been to, like, can you imagine how that would work? Like, you sitting there smoking, hitting the bong, whatever you're doing, and your girl just goes, your girl just jumps up and goes to the kitchen and grabs a big-ass knife. That would alert me to something, and, if I had to hit her in the head with a bottle, like she's coming at me with a knife, I would like kind of block the knife with the bottle and then come back and hit her with the bottle and knock her out. No way I would get stabbed 22 times. Like he got stabbed about 30, 40 times. No, I'm kind of laughing and stuff, but he got stabbed like 30, 40 times. So that wouldn't happen to me, and she's a murderer. I mean, that's murder. That sounds like murder to me. That don't sound like anything but murder to me. I don't know what it sounds like to y'all, but that sounds like murder to me. So, but she got away. Hey, we just don't, we just don't need to do it. Oh my goodness. Damn, somebody else killed during the carjacking. Wow. Father speaks out after son killed in carjacking. My son was a lovable guy. God dang. Oh, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Now, I'm gonna show, let me see if I can show his picture. Okay. This is a prime example of, okay, it doesn't matter where you're from, but if you're going to be on TV and do games, go up to Northwestern, learn how to talk. This cat never did that. And they put him on TV for a while, like Karl Malone. Never went to college to talk. One thing they did for Michael Jordan in first year is they kept Michael Jordan at Northwestern and had him in them classes. And you could tell Charles Barkley's been in them classes too. Or after leading up to Michael Jordan's rookie year, and then the year after, yeah, they polished Michael Jordan at Northwestern. He should have taken the same advice. I'm not against anybody, but talking on TV, you can't have that twang. It's just, you can't have it. Oh, and I feel so good. My mother's birthday is Friday. She's going to be 83 years old. And I remember when the chick was 20. And I like her better now than then, because when she was 20, she was hell on wheels. She was whooping a nigga left and right. Now, I'm saying, like, I did not deserve ass whoopings. My brother did. She probably owes him a few more, because he would just fuck with shit, and he deserved ass whoopings. Not me so much. But she's been in my corner. Got to see me play college football a couple times. And, that's good. And got to see me play on TV. That's kind of, my parents got to see me play on TV. Oh, this might be somebody else we can add. When did she die? 19 hours ago. Let's see. No, not really. She was a British. I ain't counting her. She's British. She's British. And you see that King Charles, they getting him out of the way and gonna let that son, they getting Charles out the way. He can't even be king a year, and they're like, hey, you got cancer. Him and Camilla, they doing lines of coke and shit, playing with the diamonds, and they like, you got cancer. Like, God damn, they won't let a brother go. He is the unluckiest king in the history of the kings. His mother wouldn't let go of power, despite her being like, she had to let go of power on her deathbed. Like that old chick wasn't giving nothing up. Well, damn, let's listen to this. What? 13-year-old boy dies from accidental fentanyl death. How? Okay, tell us about it. 13-year-old boy who was found unresponsive in the living room died from accidental fentanyl overdose in Texas. A report published by the medical examiners revealed that death was accidental after he found unresponsive in the living room apartment outskirts of Houston. According to Hill County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, the boy had taken an aspirin at about 8 a.m. on Sunday before he went to sleep because he felt warm and had a stomach ache. The sheriff added that 3 p.m. that day, his family called his name, but there was no response. Other children in the apartment also tried to wake him, but didn't move. Said the teenager's family called 911 morning when they saw drops of blood in different places. Officials believe the 13-year-old been dead for several hours when first responders found him. He said 6 adults and 7 children, including the teen's mother, were inside the 3-bedroom apartment at the time. The Harris County said it's continued investigating the case, including where the drugs came from, how they got into Winston-Salem. It remained unclear why they didn't call help sooner. Officials reportedly were told that the teen was a heavy sleeper and that he stayed in a fetal position from time he went to the bed on to the morning. Added that teenage relatives told authorities there had been a death in the family the day before, so other members went to handle remains. It's unclear if Winston went with them. No arrest had been made. They still ain't telling how he died. How'd he die? Surgeon, like he took aspirin, they said. The fentanyl said he took aspirin, so the aspirin wasn't an aspirin, it was fentanyl. Okay. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't snorting shit, but some pussy. I'll snort some pussy, but that's it. I am not going to snort any cocaine. I've snorted enough in the past. I know what it smells like. The smell ain't changed. I don't need to smell it anymore. I got plenty of it in the 80s and 90s. I don't need to smell it anymore. This candle is getting my allergies. I can tell. I can tell you like to party. I can tell you like to party hardy. I think I got him. Let's see. Who is he? Who is this cat? Is this cat? When did he... Oh, shit. God damn, he fucked himself up. Damn, this motherfucker fucked himself up. Alexander McQueen. Check this shit out. Now, this is not one of our Super Bowl deaths, but when he killed himself, this dude, it was so bad for this dude, he said, 2010 was found dead in his London apartment. The designer had hung himself in his closet with a belt, leaving behind a note that said, "Feed my dogs. I'm sorry. I love you." Like intending these words for his husband. Okay. Acknowledged as gay. Like they had to add that. Acknowledged as gay. He struggled with depression, drug addiction in later years of his life. He was marked with various signs of cutting. If you were to hang a few designer pieces from different brands while covering their tags, original style works would easily stand out. Average favorite designer of London. This is some shit he designed. Like who's gonna buy the hat? You'd run into some shit. This is pretty plain. Okay, that's what he designed. Okay, that's ugly as fuck. It's quite scary, demonic looking. What was he going with? The ostrich look? Was that an ostrich? You want the bitches to be like ostriches? God damn, you designed some ugly ass shit, dude. Okay. Damn, your shit was ugly. Like, where would you wear this? Obviously the Marduk kind of deal. Okay, we get it. But like, really, where would a chick, this for, I guess, a wedding dress if you took that ugly shit off. Okay, now you're just giving them a big leather. But this is like this is the kind of bonnets. Ain't that what they call it? Everything's better with blue bonnet on it. Y'all should get the bonnets like this. They cover your whole face and everything. Just this big, large leather bonnet. That's the part he should have sold. Not this ugly shit right here, this big leather poncho. But he should have like got this for sisters. Sisters would be wearing this. These big ass bonnets like this. Sisters would wear this. My woman would wear this. My son's girl, she would wear that shit. I don't know who would wear this. I don't know. Like, this looks like one of the people that would be in, you remember Alice in Wonderland when the cards people? That would be the cards. That's what she looks like, one of them cards. Okay, he designed some ugly shit. Okay, we see the double message of this is, this is about his nicest design. Even though it's got the rainbow, I love that blue. You must admit, the blue is nice. The blue on this shit is really nice. It's an ugly outfit, but that blue, I like it. I really, the outfit ain't so bad. This is a little Aztecian, kind of Aztec design with the feathers here. So this is about the nicest shit I've watched. Okay, ugly. All right, he made some ugly shit. Sorry to put y'all through that. Hey, Jamar3224, thank you for joining. Sorry to take you down that weirdo trek, but I just had to go down there. Sniper kills bank robber holding knife to hostage's throat. This sounds funny. Sniper kills. Look at this. Is this who they killed? He's smiling in jail. Sniper kills bank robber holding knife to hostage's throat in Florida. A man was shot and killed by a police sniper during a bank robbery on Tuesday. The man, who identified 30-year-old as Sterling Ramon Avalanche, was accused of holding two hostages in a Bank of America, Tower Bell, Florida. The press conference said they attempted to negotiate with the Avalanche, who had a knife and claimed he had a bomb. They knew he was capping. He ain't had no bomb. But when the suspect held a knife to the throat of the hostage, Sniper finally shot him. When he presented deadly force like that, our SWAT sniper shot and killed him. We were in fear of her life and her safety. Neither hostage was harmed, the sheriff said. Why they killed Avalanche if they wasn't harmed? Avalanche was convicted felon according to sheriff's office. He was previously faced charges for drug trafficking, aggravated assault, and carrying a concealed weapon. On Wednesday, the sheriff's office released a brief video clip of the incident. In the body cam footage, police are heard attempting to negotiate with the suspect before the gunshot is heard. It is important to note that what is not really viewable as a suspect placing the hostage in many danger. So you got your punk ass shot because you was broke and desperate. What are you going to say? Social economics? Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to do something, y'all. Man, let's see what the gold is doing. Let's see. Where is it at? Show more. Oh, here we go. All right. Gold is still holding. So when I was up 2 days ago, gold had got up to 260, teetered under, but it has only lost 18%. Past 3 months, it has gained 90%, which is 4.6, 90 points. 2,000. So anytime gold is over 2,000, your jewelry's worth more, your coins are worth more, you're worth more. Let me see, what else is it giving us? That hurt. What do you think are the most important factors? None of your business. None of your business. Asking me. I think it's none of your business what is important factors. Let's see here. Looking for something. Yeah, don't go to England. If you go anywhere, where's the money at? Don't go to England. Where we go? Okay, Ethereum. What did Ethereum do today? 2,400. This is not bad to get in, y'all. This is really not bad to get in. I mean, Ethereum has really been pretty steady. Whoops. So this has been pretty steady. This is cheaper than Bitcoin. If you can't afford Bitcoin, this is not bad. Let's see. Where are we at? So go to Japan. Your money's worth something in Japan. Yeah, don't go to Great Britain. Don't go there. Your money's worth trash there. Your money's worth 79 cents. And it's better to spend euros. But then, still, when you buy in their goods, that's what even the euro. We had to look at the euro to that. But it's better to change your money in euros. But your buying power is definitely deleted. It's almost deleted in the same way if you go to Canada. You know, our stuff is worth like $1.50. So if you want to get one of these suits from Britain, get it in Canada. Or order it here. Order it online. But don't go. Let me see where we at. Where's Bitcoin? Oh, this is just the top earners. Ethereum didn't bring up Bitcoin. Yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah, see, Bitcoin is solid. Since the other day I showed it, it's gained almost $2,000. It was at 42. Now it's at 44. I mean, you could have had this at $6,000. Actually, you know, but so at 44, it's a pretty good buy. So, you know, I'm making money. So if you make money, that's, you know, on you. You want to make money. Those outfits. Oh yeah, you feeling the old Redskins? You know, I had to have old Redskins. You know, this is old Portis jersey, and I always preferred the purple maroon because it's like my high school colors. This is a lot like my high school colors. So, and I only got this one in the black nasty, but the black nasty's alright. Shit, it's still theirs. Damn, this nigga says he's shining shoes and making music. I want to know how the nigga's making music and shining shoes. Where's this nigga at? Okay. I like his outfit. I'm not a cowboy hat guy. I don't think I'll ever. I only like. Let me come back. It's only two cowboy hats I like. I like, no, what is it, Statins? I like some Statin hats. I don't really like the LBJ style. I like 12-gallon hats, and they're not that easy to find. 12-gallon cowboy hats, I kind of like those. I like the hat that lately they've been showing the hat that what is his name? He wore the hat. Val Kilmer wore the hat in Tombstone. They've been selling that one. It's just a big ass cowboy hat, you know. That's why I didn't really like the white Godfather hat. My white Godfather hat is like a baseball hat. It ain't all this big. I don't like the big Godfather hats. All right, with that said. So Carlos DeFord Bailey continues family legacy of shining shoes and making music. Okay, why are you wearing this shiny shit with this cowboy hat? He got rhinestones on it. He got some, what do you call that? I forget what you call it. Topaz. No, it's not topaz. It's something else. Lights up the stage with Grand Ole Opry, a testament to music and cultural legacy. Bailey has been a familiar face of travelers Nashville airport for the past 25 years as the Music City's shoe shining man, transforms by night to a singer carrying a family tradition. Okay. His grandfather made history in the Grand Ole Opry as the first black performer in country music's first black star, earning the nickname Harmonica Wizard in the mid-20s and getting his start on radio. Everybody was in tune on Saturday night. They'd hear this guy and didn't know he was black. To blow the harmonica, said Bailey, and he made his appearance on the Grand Ole Opry. They were like, wow, he's black, but they had already bought his first album. Before Delphi faced many instances of racism that included being paid less than the white counterparts and being barred from eating. But I know exactly what he's up against. He was on a giant stage. Yet DeFord Bailey continued to break barriers, particularly with his harmonica playing that mimicked the sound of trains, a technique that came from his childhood battle with polio after being diagnosed with the disease at the age of 3. What they gave him to soothe a bottle or pacifier or something, Uncle gave him a harmonica. And he grew up by a train truster down in South County, Tennessee. He started imitating the sound of the train on harmonica. The Country Music Hall of Fame music now honors DeFord Bailey's contribution, but the path wasn't easy. After being explicitly fired from the Opry in 41, possibly over a music licensing dispute, he turned to shoe shining to make ends meet. A trade that his grandson would inherit as much as a passion in music. He began working with his grandfather's shop as a teenager, but fell in love with shining shoes. With tennis shoes coming, how many people need their shoes shine? Despite growing up the shadows of legacy, Grand Ole Opry formally apologized to the family, acknowledging past injustice and role he played suppressing blah blah blah. Passing his third craft to his 14-year-old. Yeah, okay. Passing bean. Yeah. So, guess he gets, I'll say this. It's brothers that, they telling you the brothers was in the Grand Ole Opry shit in the 20s, almost 100 years ago. So, whoa. Golly. Campus drug dealer handed life sentence for cannabis row. Knife murder. Damn, what did you do? You got to be pretty stupid. Some people are stupid. And what did Richard Pryor say? Thank God for penitentiary. Because some people need to be in penitentiaries. That's just the way it goes. Man, look at this woman. Look what she done did to her face. I guess the horse face runs in the family between the mama. Is this her mama or the stepmama? But this is one ugly woman. Damn. Candy Spelling. She got all that dude's money and cut the children out. Now the daddy cut the children out and they all took a little bit and he left her everything. So. Disgraced ex-pop star Gary Glitter refuses release. Disgraced ex-pop star Gary Glitter refused prison release. Convicted sex offender will remain behind bars after losing a parole board bid. Oh, I thought he... Oh, okay. He tried to get out, whose real name is Paul God, was jailed 16 years for sexually abusing 3 schoolgirls between 75 and 80. The 79 was automatically released in February last year, but was put back behind bars 6 weeks later after breaching his license. What did he say? After considering circumstances, offending lack of progress made him while in custody or under license and other evidence present in the hearing, the panel was satisfied. Okay, he must be in jail somewhere else. So he was on parole. Okay, he was a weirdo. Disgraced ex-rock star. Well, what did John Wayne Gacy said when they caught him? He said, "Who else got caught?" So it's never really just one. It's more than that. Oh, I might be going to see tomorrow. No, it's next week. All the movies is next week. So all the movies is next week. Dune is the end of the month, I think. I was thinking tomorrow, but no, tomorrow is only, what is it, 9th? 8th, 9th? Yeah, the 8th. Today is the 8th. So yeah, there's no movies until next week. And we're going to see some damn movie next week I want to go see Miss Webb. That's what I want to go see. But doesn't mean, and I ain't cooking. Yeah, and they said Celine Dion has some kind of where she can't bend. You're just stiff all the time. Can you imagine some disease you just stiff all the time? You just stiff and shit. Europeans be having some diseases, boy. And what did one dude say? He went into there and the doctor told him he had cancer. He said, "No, I don't." The doctor said, "You don't have it." And he walked out and he never got treated. Because think about it, when you go in there, you're all nervous. You done took some tests and shit, and you're already writing stories. Don't write a story. And there's nothing wrong with dying. And that's what they make you think, like there's nothing wrong with dying. Dying is okay. Dying is a natural part. And it's can't say it's better and worse, but it's a part of natural progression. And they want you to be afraid of it. They want you to live at everything. Like with Toby Keith dying and all that shit he had to go through, putting all them heavy chemicals up in his body to kill cancer, which is eating your soul away. And he probably, had sold his energy signature away anyway, but yet to put all that stuff up in you, and who is you trying to save? Like it really comes down to, what are you trying to live longer for? I mean, are you doing all that for you, or are you doing all that for everybody else? And I know people say, well, you ain't never been through that. Dying ain't the worst. Yes, the families will take it hard and it'd make you sad at times, but it's not the end. And this goes on. And so to put all that stuff that is going to eat away at the inside of you, and it's it's a trade for that. And you might get a couple more years, but it's that medicine is soul taken. And I'm not trying to make anybody that, your doctor say you should do it. Well, then that's on you. But is it, really what it does to you inside is just, and I'm not spreading false information. Just saying can your soul take all that stuff? Because your soul's inside too, right? Your consciousness is inside too. And they want you to put all this stuff in you that eats at that. And that's just what it is. That is just what it is. So you have to do what you think. But it didn't help Toby Keith. It didn't help that dude for Apple phones. Didn't help him either, did it? He did all that shit to himself and he still died. Well, they killed him. They killed him too. Definitely killed him. But he went through it. He was trying to do all the things to make him better, and everything he did just made him worse because they wanted him out of there. And again, he was, too weak to understand that, okay, you get us up and move on. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. It's a whole cycle. And they want people afraid of a cycle. You ain't afraid when people are born. When people are born, ain't nobody afraid, yet they born. And the minute you're born, you start to die. And that's just a fact. Aging is dying. Growing up is a form of dying. Maturing is a form of, getting older. That's just the cycle of life. So what is it to be afraid of? Why should you be afraid of it? That part. It's a natural part that's going to come. I mean, I showed a video a couple years ago of a dude, like, he lived to be 130, and to me, it looked like he was, like, stuck here. This cat is like 130, smoking opium, which I understand, but it's like he didn't look joyful. He's smoking opium, and he didn't seem very happy, and almost seemed like he was stuck. I see some pictures of older folks, and sometimes it seems like, they're stuck, too. Like they've got stuck here. And it ain't joyful being 80 and not being able to move around. I want to be like that a World War II cat. I want to still suck on cigars, and have a wife that's younger than me. Are these new? Oh, these some new LeBrons. Let's check out the new LeBrons. These are Queen Conch sneakers. Okay, okay. Nike recently February 16th, so they come out next week. What is this material? Shoes supposedly arrive around 210. Yeah, that's what LeBron's is hitting for. I don't mind them. Don't mind them. I don't know if I'm gonna cop them, but I don't mind them. This should go with a lot of shit. All-Star Game. It's All-Star Game release. Queen Conch palette. Okay, originally holiday drop. Okay. KD's, Zoom Freak 5s. All the shoes is coming out. Next generation, need inspired in protection for the modern player, inspired by oyster shell. Okay, I got the blue one. Okay, I got it. I got the blue version, and this is another. I might get these. I might get these. I like these. Okay, just the later in sneaker things. I might have to cop those, y'all. Oh, that's right. The Daytona 500. Oh, I love the Daytona 500. Oh, I love the Daytona 500. When is this shit coming on? Usually February 18th. Okay, so next Sunday, right? Yeah, next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. Next Sunday. Yes. Get my punk ass up because I know it comes on early up here. 1:30. All right, cool. Yes, I'll be all on that. I love racing, man. In the 80s, let me tell you, when I went to some races, and this is literally how it is in North Carolina. I watched Winston-Salem State. The first time I played against them, but the first time I went to a game where they played, we was off or something, and they played in this high school stadium, and I swear the stadium, they had the field, but outside the field wasn't a running track. This was a driving car track. So can you imagine this football field inside where you could tell they raced cars on this track? It was a concrete track that went around this football field. And that's how small some of the tracks are. It's not, it's like, yeah, these people are crazy. Oh, I know who I wanted to look up. I wanted to show this brother. Let me see if this brother made the news or not. He might have not made the news. If he didn't, then it's cool. But let's see. Let's see if he made the news or not. I want to share this. This was positive. Because I've been calling a couple of my, people like, man, y'all know anybody who might want to get on this? Let's see where if we can find it. I don't know who had him. But let's see. There he is. Yeah. Cool. I want to show this again. All right. Check out what they say in the end. This ain't bad. Here we go.
In downtown St. Paul is working to diversify the skies. Science Maury Glover shows us how it is inspiring the next generation of pilots to take flight in tonight's Voices for Change.
One of the things that mesmerizes me about flying, and specifically jet travel, is the ability of...
Okay, let's back up. Now, obviously, this ain't real leather. You know, he's probably conscious a little bit, but this is red tail shit. And this has got the red tail patches, y'all. This ain't bad. This is, you know, it's vinyl, but this is Tuskegee Airmen, 1941. It's got all the patches that they would have wore. So this can be had there, and I might go get this because I kind of like it, and it's cheap. I mean, this vinyl is cheap, but it's got the patches on there, and it's got the Tuskegee Airmen, baby. But anyway, let's let him go.
Flying and specifically jet travel is the ability of airplanes and jets to take you from one place to another in a short amount of time.
As a pilot for United Airlines, Donnie Gardner has traveled the world. Now, with his store in the historic Ham building in downtown St. Paul, he's trying to motivate others to do the same.
I want our guests to be inspired when they walk in the DG Pilot. I want them to be inspired to travel, but if they're interested in aviation or even pursuing a career in aviation or aerospace, I want them to be inspired to do that too.
Gardner started DG Pilot nearly 10 years ago, selling model airplanes online, like the ones his dad loved to assemble when Gardner was growing up. When air travel came to a standstill during the pandemic, Gardner decided to expand his business to become a travel lifestyle shop.
Minnesota has a very, very large aviation community, and that dates back, I think, to Northwest Airlines and the history of aviation here with Northwest. So it's been great.
In addition to model airplanes, DG Pilot sells travel bags and guides, aviation-themed clothes, and Minnesota-made products. The store also has items based on the Tuskegee Airmen for Black History Month.
I wouldn't be where I am today in my aviation career if it was not for the sacrifices and the courage and bravery that the Tuskegee Airmen demonstrated as aviators and as the first African-American aviators in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Just 2% of commercial pilots are African-American, so Gardner helps run a week-long camp to expose BIPOC teens to careers in aviation and air.
Do you hear that? He runs a camp that puts all these darkies to try to think that aviation career. You see this? He takes darkies out, and this looks like this is either a Mexican or Indian darky, but he takes darkies out and tries to teach them how to get in the aviation business.
To expose BIPOC teens to careers in aviation and aerospace. He hopes between that and DG Pilot, he can encourage the next generation of black pilots to follow in his footsteps.
I'm really hoping that next youth walks into the store that their eyes just light up and they really see that, hey, I can do this too.
For Voices for Change, Maury Glover.
I don't know. I still like the coat. The coat is cheap, but I still like it. I still like the coat. No models, no outfits. Okay. I don't see how it's no sound because it's showing. Let's see. Let's play it again. It's showing sound on my end. So turn your shit up. Yeah, it's showing the sound on my end. So, but I like the coat. So I've been calling people because I've been wanting to see if, I've been calling people to say, hey, go down there and holler at him. This dude trying to put people on planes. And I'll say this, and this is a true story. 5 of my cousins that are brothers, 2 graduated from Michigan State. 1 became a F-16 pilot. My cousin Jeff flew F-16s. His brother was a navigator. His brother was a navigator on a B-51 placed in Guam. That's where a lot of the B-51s are, in Guam. And he was a navigator on that big ass plane. They both retired. They had a third brother that went to Michigan State but didn't finish, but he got his pilot license. They have 2 other brothers, Scotty. So Scotty. So 4 of them are pilots, 4 of them. And Scotty, I think, still flies commercial. So I have like 4 cousins that have their pilot license, 3 of them that flew commercial. So you can do it. It's there, And as I told, I've told the story before. Like I looked at my brother when my brother said he was going into the Air Force. I said, well, just, go to school, go to ROTC, become an officer. And, you know, he just went in and he ended up being a sergeant. But his cousins came out first lieutenants. They came out officers, and there's a big difference in the pay. So, but I wanted to show that because, you know, you never know where the opportunities can come from. You never know where the opportunities can come from for sure. Gophers beat Michigan State. So the Gophers, the basketball, you know, is going to be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty fun. Let me see. I'm on Fox 9. I want to go here, I think. Oh, this is let me see. Yeah, that might show up again. Oh, I want to show this. And I've been talking shit. And I've been talking shit. And I should have went to this place.
Planet, and it just happens to be in Minneapolis.
But that's not all the room and its building are known for. In this week's Finding Minnesota, John Lordson shows us why silence is golden at Orfield Laboratories.
Prince started his career here. The very first recordings he ever did were a set of recordings here.
This inconspicuous little building on East 25th Street was once a famous studio called Sound 80. Bob Dylan even recorded part of his Blood on the Tracks album here.
And he had his brother go out and pick up a scratch band from Minneapolis. So many of the guys on the real recording are Minneapolis guys rather than New York musicians.
But in one of those ironic life twists, the building went from a place of music and sound to housing one of the quietest rooms on the planet.
So we got this, and I was delighted with it. My employees thought I was crazy to buy it.
Steve Orfield is president of Orfield Laboratories. 30 years ago, he acquired what's called an anechoic chamber. It took about a year to build this entire room, and much of the work involved installing these acoustic wedges. The chamber absorbs sound, so much so that if you stand in here long enough and you're quiet enough, you'll start to hear your internal organs working.
You can hear your joints scratching against each other. You can hear your heartbeat quite clearly. And if your hearing is very sensitive, you can hear your lungs flowing.
Airplane cables, each of which hold 1,500 pounds of weight, help keep things quiet while putting a bounce in your step. But there is an advantage to having a chamber that registers at negative 24 decibels.
So we can test products that nobody in the United States can test because of that. So we've measured, for example, the switches on the dashboard of a car. We've measured hearing aids because Minneapolis is the world headquarters of the hearing aid industry.
It's the science of silence. The laboratory also has a chamber that's the exact opposite.
This is a room that not a lot of people experience.
That's because it's hard to have a conversation. Mike Rowley calls this one the 5-second reverberation chamber.
Meaning that it takes sound about 5 seconds to decay 60 decibels.
Here, the sound power of different materials are tested. This is one of your tools, then?
Yes. So when we're measuring impact on floor ceilings, or what kind of footfall noise gets to the room down below.
The noise is enough to drive you back to a quieter place.
Yeah, many people have come in here to meditate.
Especially if they're escaping chaos. You're slowly helping parents of young...
Yeah, that's some bad shit there. It's the quietest room. It's $125 for an hour. And I think it's 2 people at a time. So I think I'm gonna do this because it's not far from where my brother-in-law works. But it's the quietest room in the world, and that's cool. And I can already, I can sit quiet and hear my heart and, my stomach. You can hear that. So that's not rare in itself, but it's so quiet that a lot of people couldn't. Okay, let's. This is. We got it again. This is okay. I just want to say that beef sticks are. I almost want to show this. I've been getting nothing but these Vivo Barefoot. Ever since Sean hit me to them, this is a commercial for Viva Barefoot. Yeah. Oh, skip commercial. All right, here we go. Let's see. What is this?
Yearly wild game feasts are now using their resources to help the homeless. WCCO's Reg Chapman explains how this gesture of goodwill goes beyond feeding the unsheltered.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Here you go.
Every day, members of the Ramsey County Outreach Team are meeting people.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This nigga's where he's got a cigarette, but he talking about he hungry. So why didn't he buy some food instead of bought a cigarette? But let's go.
Members of the Ramsey County Outreach Team are meeting people with their.
Hello, ma'am. Are you hungry?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
They can where the unsheltered hang out during the day and pass out beef sticks. On the back of the package, a phone number for resources needed to get them off the streets.
You can't drive anywhere in the city and not see an encampment somewhere.
Those beef sticks coming from a group called Hunter's Harvest. The outdoors organization donates part of their take to help the military and first responders and the homeless.
Yeah, I've been getting them like crazy Vivo barefooting. Like I got them on Facebook the very next day, which is so strange. I got them on Facebook. So.
Community Service Officer Reverend Daryl Spence has worked with the community for more than 30 years. He knows many now living on the street.
This has to be one of the worst years when you look around.
Ramsey County Homeless Assistance Program is tracking about 120 people living in 23 separate tent encampments. Most are just 24 years old or younger.
Anything else you need?
Anything like hand warmers or stuff like that, if you have any?
I do.
This former satellite office for Ramsey County now houses its outreach efforts. Warm clothes, shoes, and gloves are handed out here.
And the mission is to make them feel.
All right. Well, you know, they've been tearing up encampments up here. They've been kicking them out encampments. They've been like, you can't encamp here anymore. You look too comfortable. Because, you know, encampment it's a way of quitting. It's a way of quitting. Oh, and the ones that beat up the cops in New York, they rearrested them. People are outraged. You can't stomp a cop like that and just get out and give the people the finger and move on. Oh, and the weather, man, yeah, I forget that the weather up here is still nice. It's supposed to turn a little bit. What is all this shit? I don't care about all this. Why you give me all this? You're bogus. Just give me the straight weather. Yeah, the full forecast, baby. So this time of year, we could be having 1,000 inches of snow up there, but we don't. Oh, it's going to rain on Thursday. Okay, so it's going to be rainy all day tomorrow. Rain, 84% rain, but not any snow. So I'll handle rain long as it's, look, 53. Oh, I'm rain coated all up. Okay, I can deal with rain. Rather deal with rain than snow. I know to you it might sound strange. I wish it would rain. Yeah, so rain tomorrow. Don't mind it. And then it's going to get cold. 36, 36, 35. So the cold is about to come in, which good. I can wear some of my coat. Ooh, 26. I can wear my furs. PJ Allen, what is happening, my main man from Japan? What is happening today? So we're going to get rain on Thursday, but Friday, my mom's birthday. Oh, I can wear furs again. I might wear a fur on Friday. I got a new one. I need to bust it out. Bust it out. I don't know, but tomorrow rain. And I don't know what. Am I going out tomorrow? I don't think so. So it could be cold as hell up here, but it's not. And I've been doing stretches. I did a little walking, you know, still hitting the balls. I thought I was feeling my knee, and my knee's a little sore. I was like, I took a step, and I was like, okay, it's time to quit, because I didn't have my knee brace on. I was like, yeah, I'm doing shit without my knee brace. Probably shouldn't. So, yeah, it's going to be rain tomorrow, which is okay. I ain't really got shit to do, but what I normally do, just enjoy my life. Pay bills, enjoy my life. But it doesn't look like we're going to have a blizzard. And, you know, blizzards aren't fun, y'all. Blizzards aren't fun yet at all. It's the driving makes it. Oh, that's right. We got Valentine's Day. Time to spend more money. Spend more money. What are you going to spend your Valentine's money on? We're definitely going to a movie. I guess we're going to see Miss Webb. Yeah, and don't think NASCAR racing is not fixed. It's all fixed. 15 statues removed for the history they represent. What do they represent? Okay, let's look at what statues was removed. Friends of Christopher Columbus. So they cut off Columbus' head. A Boston statue credited with discovering America was repeatedly vandalized and was finally beheaded in 2020. The anti-racist activists behind these blame Columbus for the massacre of indigenous people, which is true. And they love his energy. Well, they love his energy. Columbia. They turn his energy into a woman and call it Columbia. Tsar Alexander, statue of Tsar Alexander, erected in somewhere. His role in constructing the Trans-Siberian Railway, linking Moscow to Siberia. After Bolsheviks came to power, the statue was removed and replaced by a monument to a Siberian pioneer. The sculpture then restored its original location that marked the 100th anniversary of the Trans Radio. This is what they did to, what's his name? Hassan. Who is this? Threw a bucket of shit on, Cecil Rhodes wasn't shit. Rhodesia and all the people he killed and the arms and legs they cut off definitely need to be removed. Second war occupied Germany, remove of monuments glorifying Nazism. Okay. Yeah, get that Nazism, but the Nazis didn't lose. They just moved to America. General Lee, they got that Lee on a big mountain. They got, who is this? They hate him. Oh, Lenin. Yeah. Jewish faith Lenin. Who is this? Slave trader Edward Colston. Yeah, we got to get rid of Edward Colston. Who is this? Canadian Prime Minister. Knocked down and decapitated. He needed to go too. Who is this? Abolitionist. Despite the fact that he was successful to secure the abolition of slavery in French colonies, demonstrator in Mozambique toppled the statue of him. The demonstrators that honoring secured the history of local figures actually fought for black emancipation. He had not opposed the colony ideology. See? So it had to go. Who's this? Oh, yeah. This is one of the worst people in history. They try to tell you Hitler's the worst man in history. No, this man was. This man and the Africans that work with him to hold their people. Yeah, this dude's name should be erased from history. Along with Columbus. Toppled conquistador. Yeah, you got to keep topple the conquistador. Shit, fuck the conquistadors. Afghan blew up. Yeah, this was fucked up here. This was fucked up. The U.S. probably did this because the U.S. was ISIS. Who is this? Controller about, he got to go to. Finance chief was targeted because he had drafted the first version of Code Noir document that regulates slavery in the French colonies. Yeah, he had to go to. Why would they take this? Queen Hapsburg they took down. History figures now view the reign as one of Egypt's greatest female pharaohs was long overlooked because the successor had her status destroyed and wall defaced. Found in, I think she's the last one. Okay. Down with Whitey. Down with Whitey. Killing the idea of Colombia is right on. Fuck Colombia. They don't want to tell the truth. That's the sad part of European history. They want to run from the truth. They don't want the truth told. And they don't want their children to be shamed of the murderous history of Europeans. That's why if you really look at it, if there was any aliens, it's definitely Europeans as aliens. Not saying it wasn't different colors of people, but if you look at who is probably aliens, it's probably Europeans. Most of them have very little humanity. I watched a doctor and he said it right. Civilization means non-war. To have a civilization means you're a non-warring people. So where's a European civilization? Civilization means non-war. So show me a European civilization that didn't have war and didn't take their war and bloodletting around the country. Where was that done? So Europeans have nowhere on this planet had a civilization because they've always been the biggest warmongers on this history of this earth. And that's not, shortening anybody, but that's a fact. The greatest killing has been done by the Europeans. That's why, you know, the Europeans that's over in Israel, they don't care. This is what they do. They don't mind murdering people, and they got all the people in the background saying it's okay to murder them. Just we want their land. That's what we do. So if anybody seems like an alien, think about when they came to America. They was aliens. And so more than likely, they come from somewhere else. It doesn't appear like they're humans. Some are really human beings because they're uncivilized people. Again, civilized people don't have war. That's what a civilization is. You don't have war. And if you look at Europeans, war from, they tell you it's war from BC. I just got done watching Alexander the Great and they telling you war. Which, you know, again, trying to believe that these motherfuckers 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago could put 20, 30,000 people together and fight each other. That shit ain't believable. How do all these people get fed? How all these people not had the diseases when we just saw all the diseases from World War II gathering large amounts of people, all the diseases from World War I gathering large amounts of people. Same thing with Revolutionary War. When they was at, where was they? Washington, when they was all cold and stuff, disease was affecting them too. But really, disease really affected them in the Civil War. So you telling me in the Civil War, when they had guns and shit, all these groups of people, big sickness on both sides of grouping big groups of people. You telling me a person 2,000 years ago knew how to bring 30,000 people together, feed them all, and nobody gets sick. It's not believable. It's not believable. And, you know, when do we look at the period of European history and think of, you know, is it real? Because it seems like they just appeared and they made all this shit up. That's what it seems like. They appeared and all of a sudden they just made some shit up. And as they say, the victors make the shit up. And let me say this, like I want somebody to prove to me that mud flood ain't racist. That's the one thing I want somebody to prove to me, that mud flood ain't racist. It's another way to try to show that the Europeans are ancient because they don't appear to be ancient. So they made up the mud flood to be ancient. Now prove that wrong to me. Because the earliest indicators and the first people that was pushing this shit was all racist. Max in Arizona or down in Australia. Look at the people, the Europeans pushing this. Europeans finding out they ain't in antiquity. So they trying to make up a way to show that they're in antiquity. That's what the mud flood is about. It is about color. It is about trying to show you them in antiquity again. That Alexander the Great shit and a bunch of these other stories, that's what they like. Troy, Achilles. Shit ain't believable. Even the Julius Caesar shit. How much is that shit really believable? Now, could they take it's like technology. When technology comes in, when do we believe any of that? When technology comes in. You know, that's the biggest thing. Hey, what's up, Joey? Get that elderberry syrup ready for these viruses and teas and CMOS. Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up, Joey. How you doing? Thank you for joining. So, this is just some things to consider. Yeah, a few people up here have been sick. Now, my friend, he's been, he's better now, but he was sick for a minute. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll bring that. Oh, I drank all my beer. Oh, got all my pills to take, and I didn't take my pills to cure my ills, y'all. Oh, I got enough. I used to take never mind. Never mind. I'm about to start just talking because I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I mean, where is this?
This is the rumored STD capital.
Oh, where is this? That's loud in the motherfucker. Where's the STD capital of the world? Oh shit. Some places you don't want to go. It's funny, like, I have no interest in nigga entertainment. I really don't. Nigga entertainment is just like, is it even really worth talking about? I just don't see the interest in it. Especially when you have actors. What do you think actors do? They act. Ooh, new Cadillac is on sale. Ooh. Do you need a caddy? Do you want to ride on the backseat of a caddy? Well, matter of fact, I do. He's got a caddy. I'm going to go with him. All them shows where, woman ain't going to talk to you. And then all of a sudden, because you get in the car, hey, it don't work like that. If a bitch ain't interested in you, she turn her back when she walking. She ain't looking back. She ain't thinking like that. That shit all look fake. She ain't interested. It don't matter what you have. I wonder why they want to rename the park. That park is by where I used to live. First time I heard somebody called my I guess the sister would. The first time my daughter heard the word nigga, she's like 2 or 3 years old. She's like, Dad, what's a nigga? I'm like, well, it's a word you shouldn't say right now, but so let's see why they want to rename this park. This is where we used to hoop at. See why they want to rename it.
For over half a century. She is the founder of the We Care Performing Arts program at Farwell Park. Now there's a big push to name that park after her.
Ian Russell has more on Smaller's legacy and what still needs to happen before this change is approved. Ian?
Yeah, well, legacy, it's a great word here, but honestly, it might be a bit of an understatement with how many people grew up in the neighborhood with care from Lorraine. Her granddaughter, Amina, tells me it's hard to even put into words the impact that she had on people. And when she found out changing the name of Farwell Park was even possible, Amina says she knew it was something they had to try and do. Walking through Farwell Park.
All right, I'm going to turn back a little bit to tell you about, okay. All right. If you wear it like this, this is how it should look. Now, I'm giving him a minus for not having a t-shirt, but he could have a tank top, so I don't know. But this is how your collar should look if you wear it like this. That's one thing Skip Bayless is always good. He wears it, it should stand up. All right? Your collar should be stiff. In the old days, you could buy a fake collar like this, but this is how your collar should look if you wear it like. If you don't have a tie on, you're going to wear it with the jacket, it should be stiff like this. Not laying down, laying under this. It should be stiff up like that. So, let's get it back. All right, let's see. This is the hood, y'all. This is the hood. Oh, that's new. That wasn't there when I lived over by here. I know exactly where this is. Yeah, this is new. Oh, this is where the basketball courts used to be on this side, and they tore them down. They built this shit, huh? Yeah, I remember all these houses here. I used to live over here. Well, by you Dawkins. I used to live by the Dawkins.
This park is really home for me and actually for a lot of the young people in this community.
This table, a bittersweet reminder.
The easiest way to say it is my grandma was everything.
Of the woman who helped raise her, Lorraine Smaller.
Being here is bittersweet, but it's also healing in a lot of ways.
Over her life, Lorraine was a huge part of this neighborhood, constantly working to improve it. That included the We Care Performing Arts Summer Program, getting kids out of the house, connecting them to culture and each other.
Some of that was grounding our community members back in what the heart of this community looked and felt like, and she was a champion in that work.
A champion who never got to see some of that work in full. Amina says Lorraine pushed for new equipment at the park, but Lorraine passed in 2022, never fully seeing all the renovations. Things here have changed. Amina says there's one last piece of her grandma's legacy left to share.
We joke with her, we'd be like, we're going to make a park out.
Yeah, this is where the courts used to be. The courts are now in front. The baseball fields are on the other side. I mean, look at these cribs. This ain't really a bad neighborhood, but you know, it's the hood. But look at how big some of these houses are. That's a big ass house. Some of these houses are big, but some are chopped up. Yeah, I know exactly where it is. My son played football over here. So,
We don't care how it happens. We're just gonna go slap Lorraine B. Smollett Park on the board over there.
A joke that could actually happen.
okay, I'm bored of it. P&F Research, salute. I agree. Mud flood is the code word for flooding old world moors. That's a good point. That is a good point. Greetings. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I mean, like a lot of what they present too is when they dug into mounds and they get an excuse for digging into mounds. And they try to say, you know, when they dug in the mounds, that's what, you know, like I saw one picture, it was obviously they had dug in the mounds and they're like, well, this is, you know, this shows what happened. You know, like we was reset in 9/11. All right. That was a reset. I mean, think of how old you were in 9/11 and think of how it affected you and the people around you. That was a reset. We was just reset a couple years ago, 20. When that bug was out, that was a reset. So, you know, it don't have to be, you know, major where all society gets wiped out. It doesn't necessarily have to be to reset us. It's easy to reset us. And think how you was affected. You know, you hating, you're scared of something that's invisible. The last time, you know, it was invisible. But 9/11, you know, you didn't know when to look. Who hates you? I remember my uncle said that he was born during. Oh, I tell you, I don't know how people live in Philadelphia, some parts of Texas. It is just like all the time. They just get it. You know, and I've showed in Chicago where, you know, I have a friend that I grew up with and she don't know that life of getting robbed and death. And she don't know that life. She's a cabaret singer. She's been a cabaret singer in Chicago for the past 30 years, if not longer. You think she knows the life of shooting people, you know, robbing people in Chicago? She don't know that life. She be in piano bars and shit. So it shows you that ain't all Chicago got to offer. I mean, all those weekends, like I worked in Chicago every weekend for probably close to 20 years, reffing games. Now, one time did I get robbed? I mean, we was going to games. We was getting there Friday night. We go see the Bulls play. We go see the Cubs play. Now, one time did I get robbed. Not one time did I have to try to shoot somebody. I mean, so there's different parts of it. It's if you go look for that kind of thing, you want to be around that kind of thing, that kind of thing's there. But for the most part, you can find ways to get away from that kind of life. Black History Month. History Month for the darkest. It's all about the darkest month. I get that from Gods in General. If you guys never seen Gods in General or Fredericksburg, pretty good movies. But it just, you know, it shows the Southern generals trying to rationalize why the war. They say the war ain't got nothing to do with slavery, which it really didn't. You had a smokestack society against a agrarian society. And who was going to take charge? Was we still just going to be a planter society, or we were going to go into, you know, the smokestacks? And the smokestacks won. The smokestacks outproduced them, basically. And, you know, they were able to figure out how to bring large troops together and not get them sick. Excuse me, I got this candle. I don't know but it's good juju to have a candle burning. So I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Chicago is nothing sweet, but the violence is overrated by the media. Absolutely. I don't know. I like this. You can shop in Chicago and you can get some really nice cribs in Chicago. And the area, it's a lot of, I mean, you know, just depends. I'll tell you, I felt let me say, yeah, I felt more comfortable in Chicago than Detroit, and I live closer to Detroit. But again, you know, what I did in Detroit, like we used to go to cabarets and shit. You know, cabarets, unless you throw it, you ain't bringing guns up in there. So I like that part. Sometimes you go into clubs and they let niggas bring guns, but cabarets, you know, when we would throw cabarets, we had metal detectors. We had a full box metal detector, and then we had the hand wands. So that's how we threw cabarets. So I felt safe doing that. You know, everybody coming in there, we know they ain't got guns. Only we got guns. And hell, when you threw raves, that guns was the last thing you needed to think about. Raves, when everybody taking ecstasy, all they want is to drink water and dance. So you know, rave wasn't no violence. There wasn't no violence in raves. So some things people look for. Hey, LL Reborn, Amaru Khan, thank you for joining me. Well, it ain't that late. Yeah, I ain't been staying up that late. I've been getting some sleep, so I ain't gonna stay up too much later. Got pretty much what I'm in. So we're up to and I'll release the full list Saturday night. But we're up to 29 deaths leading to the Super Bowl. And when I did it before, it was only like 22, 23. Yeah, and I'll give the full list. Yeah, I'll give the full list. I'll write that out and give that as we lead. You know, we got 3-4 more days, so we're going to see more sacrifice because that's just what they do. Oh, I've been wanting to get this in. Forgot. You know, I heal with sound. So, you know, I've got the sound bowls, but also, you know, I heal with these. And this is a nice little, the people that sell these actually own through therapeutics. They've got this nice little soundboard. So, this is something I work with. So anybody can do this. And it just shows the different kind of ways that, you know, sounds can heal. You know, sound can heal. So let me grab something. Let me see. Oh, I can use any of these. Ah, here we go. Oh, there's Nick's hat. I was looking for it. So, oh, check this lady's story out. This lady says she was harassed for years. Check this out. While I blow my nose. She was harassed.
Day after day after day. Sent you flowers. Wrote you disturbing letters. You would call 911. You would get a restraining order. You would do anything to make it stop. Yet what if it didn't? That is what happened to Jade, a longtime DJ at 89.3 The Current, for 3 years. And for the first time, she is telling her story. Here's Jana Shortle.
I just wanted to start off your morning with something a little sweet.
What made Jade on the radio at The Current for 15 years was that thing.
When you're on air, you're trying to cultivate a relationship. And oftentimes, I think of just like one person. It's just two of us having a conversation. We're talking about music. We're having a nice hang.
It was what made her so special.
That intimacy, it's real. And people can feel that.
And it might also be part of the reason why.
The guy who was stalking me, it was every day.
63-year-old Patrick Kelly zeroed in on Jade 3 years ago.
God damn, look at this weirdo. This weirdo was stalking her. She could have beat his ass. Why did she beat his ass? Do you think they will try something before the Super Bowl? Not really. Yeah, not really. I don't think it's going to happen during the Super Bowl. They're not going to get away a chance to all that money. It's going to be an army in Vegas. And it's a lot of money in Vegas. So they're not going to do nothing in the Super Bowl. God damn, look how big this motherfucker is. Wow. Damn, this nigga got a bag. He trying to spend the night.
Flowers. He even sent her a burner phone, telling her so no one else would know. She immediately went to Ramsey County and paid $200 to file a restraining order.
It's free. You can get restraining orders for free. So why are they saying she paid $200? You can get them for free. Or protection, or order of protection.
Days later, I get word back from the judge that, yes, indeed, you are approved for this restraining order.
She feels protected. She has the order, but for some reason,
this guy is still coming to my house, stopping over, harassing me.
She calls police for help. He's still coming, she tells them. She has a restraining order, she keeps saying to anyone she gets on the phone. And that's when she learns.
Something no one tells you, when you get that letter from the judge that says, yes, you deserve a restraining order, I'm signing this and approving it, it's like a permit. So you get a provisional license to have a restraining order. And that's all you get, but nobody tells you that.
Petra Kelly was never served with a restraining order. Jade was told her stalker was what is called a non-serve, meaning it was attempted, but for whatever reason, wasn't given to him.
So all of these documented times where I'm like, he's been violating the restraining order.
No, he avoided them. He was able to avoid them.
Order. The judge gave me this restraining order. None of that was actually a violation of a restraining order because I never had one because no one served it.
All of the letters that are growing increasingly.
Okay, all you got to do is if he's outside your door, you give him a copy. That's all you got to do is you give him a copy if he's outside your door. So don't tell me this is bullshit.
The times he comes to her house day and night increasing in frequency. None of them are
Yeah, and you can never get a trespass.
violations. So Jade's lawyers try a lesser-known tactic. They get him served via publication, which works. He's served, but it doesn't stop him.
It kind of comes to a head where he is on the front porch. I call the cops, and I'm like, I got him. He is here right now. He's on my front porch, like 2 feet away from me. And I'm calling the emergency line this time because this is an emergency.
Eventually, he left her porch. She waited 2 more hours. No help came. Days later, her lawyers try again for accountability. And this time, the idea is hold him in contempt for violating his restraining order. The one that said stay away from Jade. And he also had something else on his record. Stalking convictions for a woman named M.L.
That is the most intriguing.
M.L. is Jade's friend and former co-worker.
I didn't want to say anything to Mary at first because she had been so harmed by it. But eventually, I showed her some of the notes. And
I mean, it ain't funny, but it is funny. It ain't funny, but it is funny. You ain't had no brother to whoop his ass? Like, you didn't know any brother to whip his ass? Oh, this is dangers of the controversial Glock switch. Yeah, let's show this shit. Let's show this shit. Oh, yeah, they gave me one of these for my birthday. And we got married. Okay, here we go. Glock and switches.
Turning into a seriously big problem on our streets. Simple switches could transform semi-automatic handguns into a fully automatic weapon. And we're told they're behind a sharp rise in machine gun fire right here in the Twin Cities.
He shows us how easy they are to get, why they're so hard to stop, and what the man who invented them has to say about it.
ATF Special Agent Pete Vukovich shows us what the Glock 9mm pistol,
5-round semi-automatic, as fast as I can,
is designed to do. But with a simple modification,
going hot,
this is what the Glock can do.
The most dangerous thing I've ever fired. It fires so quickly I can't control it and react to it.
That small metal piece is called an auto sear. It's better known as a Glock switch. The Lego-sized device can turn an ordinary pistol into a fully automatic machine gun capable of firing 20 rounds in a second. The switch by itself is legally considered a machine gun, unless you get approval from the ATF to manufacture weapons for military and police. Possession of one can land you up to 10 years in prison.
Pop, pop, pop. And then it was like...
rapid fire.
Scenes like this are becoming more common.
The shots went into the apartments and busted their lines, their pipelines, bro.
This is a map of Minneapolis, and this is every reported shooting in the city last year. Each symbol you see represents some form
I don't live nowhere near none of this shit.
of a gunshot fire. According to the Minneapolis Police Department, while overall shootings have gone down the last 2 years, automatic gunfire continues to go up. In 2020, the city's ShotSpotter system detected 16 instances of automatic fire. Last year, it picked up 257, about 5 per week.
We seized this from a juvenile suspect.
Captain Matthew Steffens heads the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Division.
The gun we know of through testing had been fired 2 days prior in a shooting where another juvenile was struck.
He says the Sheriff's Office recovers about 2 Glock switches every month. MPD finds about 1 every week.
It's just going to keep going and firing and firing and
sought after for bragging rights as much as their chaotic firepower.
With as long as we've now been talking about these, how is it so easy to go on the internet and find them for sale?
No, you can 3D print them.
How?
Just how easy is it? In about 15 minutes, we were able to find illegal Glock switches marketed on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Pinterest. The ATF says most of these are machine milled or 3D printed overseas and imported discreetly in, say, like this video, a toy connector kit. Some are marketed as keychains or airsoft parts. Others make and sell them locally. This man, Benjamin Zwack, was convicted of 3D printing Glock switches and selling them as a gun store employee in Savage. Aaron Cato was indicted in 2022 after investigators say they intercepted a box from Taiwan marked as stainless steel thermos. Inside were parts for 10 Glock switches. In court documents, Cato also admits to 3D printing the devices as well. But there's an even easier way to access the switch market. Google it.
Glock switch for sale.
We showed this to Will Pinoke,
And here's what comes up.
the ATF special agent in charge for the Twin Cities.
Buy Glock switches online, Glock switch for sale. There's just this open market here on page 1 of Google.
It is shocking, but it's not a surprise. Even though they're being marketed as a keychain or something that can be used in an erector set, it's illegal. To possess it, to purchase it, to manufacture it, it's illegal. There's just so many out there. It's really hard to get in front of.
We asked Google why it allows these websites on search results in the U.S. In an email, a Google spokesperson said, quote, "We are largely guided by local law when it comes to removing pages from our results and hold ourselves to a high standard in complying with federal requirements," end quote.
So they basically said it's on Congress to do that.
I'm only laughing.
All right. You know, one problem is Glock guns are trash. They the cheapest piece of shit that they was made 20 years ago. They was cheap then, and they still cheap. Not like a 6 Sauer. Fuck some Glocks. That's why they can do that. They cheap little guns. Cheap guns that you can put a cheap little part in. What? But the German made it was a pistol, a Ruger. You could get an automatic Ruger. You could find a World War II Ruger that shot automatic. So it ain't like it ain't been around. Automatic pistols been around for more than 100 years. So, and as I said before, you know, it's them peoples brought them over. The military, you know, brought that shit over. Suspect gets fatally shot after stabbing 2 New York police officers. Okay. Okay. The end of Kyle Lowry. Yeah, Lowry should be out the league. Oh yeah, I think I'm 2 hours in. Yeah. So thank you for coming. I think I'm gonna cut it now. And, you know, we'll see who they take out tomorrow. And, you know, enjoy your day. They Glock had me passing that Navy qual while flying colors. Happy passing the Navy choir while flying colors. Yeah. I had the 40 cal, so I think it was the Glock 43. Yeah, SIG shoots so much better. It's so much a better weapon. A SIG is so much better weapon. A 226, such a better weapon than any 9mm that Glock makes. You know, it's all metal gun. Anybody can shoot it accurately. So I think it's a better weapon. Sig Sauer makes a much better weapon than Glock. Glock makes a cheaper weapon. You know, 226 costs you about $1,000. You can get a Glock for $400-500. So it's on you what you want. Goddamn, popular Memphis DJ decapitated. Damn, who's killing a popular DJ? Why you cut his head off? Damn. Wow. I'm going to get one of those next. Oh, man, that 226. Or the P320. The P320, you can put it in a bunch of different guns. You get the firing mechanism, it can go into a bunch of guns. You can have a regular P320, and you can have a body for a 357 mag, 357 SIG, excuse me. And it's a monster. It's a short monster. It holds about 10, but it's busting a lot of them vests. You know, a lot of them vests ain't taking that 357 SIG. Oh, man, walking with his wife, and he's like, she's dressed like a hooker. I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to get in bed, yeah. I'm going to stay out for about another half hour and fuck around, and then I'm going to go to bed. Thank you. I'll be back on tomorrow night, so catch me around 12-ish. Between 12 and 1, I'll be on sometime then. Depend on, you know, how quick I can get it together. But enjoy your day till we meet again.